So let's put this to rest, right here, right now. This is the definitive Looksmaxxing tier list. I've included everything possibly imaginable that you can do to increase your looks or SMV. This is from my personal opinion, experience, and observation, so take from it what you will. And if you're ready, let's do this. So I've got my tier list here, laid out as per usual fashion. S tier if it increases SMV, A tier if it at the very least prevents you from losing points from your SMV, B tier for the essentials, gotta have it or you'll lose points automatically, C tier if it helps, but more than likely it won't increase your SMV, and lastly D tier if it's just not a practical method or too extreme. There's no F tier here. All these Looksmaxxing methods may help to some degree, even if it's small. So there aren't really any negatives to point out here. Rather, it's a deep dive into the overall effectiveness in increasing your attraction. So let's start off with the first one, beard maxing. It's an undeniable truth that this is a very attractive trait for a man to have. Rip to my guys out there who are unable to grow this one. Even with microneedling and minoxidil, some guys like myself would just look a little odd with a beard. I'll be stretching out the pretty boy look for a little longer until my time comes. Maybe I'll come back around to this, but for now, I'll stay clean shaven. But for others who can look good with it, it will definitely increase SMV. Mandatory. Contacts, or eye maxing, can make you look like a totally different person. I know every time I put contacts on, it just makes me look almost 1 point better. No exaggeration. If I can dig up some photos right now, I'll put them up on the screen. But yeah, this is a game changer, especially if you have dark eyes like me. And I dare say, it's mandatory. Diet. I'm about to nut, 100%. This is probably the one thing that will transform your look the most on this tier list. If your diet is not on point, you're most likely not lean, which is the most appealing physique to women by far. Please get the diet right, for the love of God. I don't beg often, but hear my plea. You must get this part right. Fillers. Now, as far as surgical procedures and everything in that realm goes, this one goes on C tier. It's an affordable option and can literally reverse the hands of time on the face. So yeah, it helps, but meh. Because if you don't have a good face to begin with, it's always gonna be meh. Alpha male game. Nah, D tier. Debate it all you like. Your looks are what greatly determines your perceived personality or game. So teaching game in itself, in my opinion, is a very ineffective method of increasing SMV. Yeah, if you're desperate enough. Learn deep game, learn deceptiveness, 48 laws of power, blah blah blah. But it's a no for me. Gym maxing, oh boy, it's time to ruffle some RP feathers. There is an overestimation on how much the gym can increase your looks. Plain and simple. It's definitely gonna help, but it's not gonna increase a whole point in your SMV. I honestly don't think so, but if you don't have it, you'll automatically lose a point for sure. So B tier it goes. It's a baseline necessity. Hair max. Hair is kind of everything, especially if you're going down the pretty boy route. So in my humble opinion, this is gonna have to go in the I'm about to nut category. You gotta have it. And it can potentially increase your SMV or, at the very least, keep you from losing a point. And rightfully so, I have Robert Pattinson to represent JBW maxing. Now with this, I'm not insinuating that you can change your race magically somehow, but confirmed through my own personal experience, I can say that, how can I say this without being cancelled here? The more Eurocentric I made myself look, the more attractive I became to women in general. It's just facts. It completely changes the way women look at me. I can't deny it. So for this one, I'm gonna have to go with baseline necessity. It will help to look more this way, but if you are this and got dealt a bad hand, oof, it's necessary though. And to be all inclusive here, I have jewelry maxing. It's fucking hilarious. Sure, this can elevate anyone's style and overall look. It's honestly a pretty clutch way to have sort of a factor about yourself that differentiates you from the crowd. Here's the thing. In today's modern society, being normal just won't cut it anymore. You have to have something about you that separates you from the rest, or you'll just be plain and boring as hell to most women. But not everyone needs to jewelry max to look good. So this helps, but meh. And this here, pre-selection. Pretty much if you're pre-selected, you're more than likely already doing everything that's gonna be below, or you just got it going on, with plenty of room for error. So it goes without saying that pre-selection is I'm about to nut category, for sure. Makeup maxing. If you think that these actors and movie stars look the way they do naturally, then you're gravely mistaken. But that's what the mainstream media portrays the standard of men should be like. So given that, I think this is a baseline necessity, especially if you're starting to show signs of aging or have features on your skin that aren't near perfect. It is what it is, and you can raise the homo alarm. But hey, if you don't want to embrace it, well, more poon for us. Oh god, this is ridiculous. Pet maxing. There are studies that I don't really give a fuck about, but they have shown that the ladies do love a good dog photo on the profile. But does this have anything to do with increasing your attraction? Some may argue yes. It shows you have a caring and nurturing personality, sure. And Lord knows, these hoes need nurturing indeed. But others would rightfully argue that this simply won't make a difference. I'm gonna have to err on the latter and say that it won't help hardly at all. D tier. If you're desperate and need to deploy all possible options, then yeah, go ahead and get the dog. Post the dog photo. Scent maxing. Now, here's the thing with scents. Scents often trigger and are associated with certain memories. If you have a signature scent, you could use this to your advantage and leave a forever imprint on someone, whether it be a suave scent or a shit scent. Trust me, bro, she'll remember you. Yeah, this isn't as important as hygiene. It helps, but meh. Shoe lifts. Oh, fuck. I made a video about this. Yeah, I mean, it made me feel good, but it's a pretty desperate move, not gonna lie. So rightfully so, it belongs in D tier. Here we go. Just take a shower, bro. Oh hell, I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but hear me out. Time and time again, well, for the times I've been lucky enough, I've been laid up in the bed with a girl, and one thing I've always been complimented on, believe it or not, is my hygiene. Before you raise the cope alert alarm, I know, it sounds odd as hell, but you will be shocked just how often women have to deal with sloppy dudes. This goes beyond the shower. Take this as doing everything else, staying manscaped, trimming the nose hair, deodorant, smooth skin, smelling good, all of that. Trust me, they cherish that shit. So having said that, it's going in the mandatory tier. Gotta have it. Gotta stay fresh and groomed. This will definitely keep you from losing points. And a close cousin, skincare. This one's tough to place. I guess in terms of effect on your SMV, having clear, smooth skin can definitely give you points in my opinion. So given that, it's gonna have to take A tier, mandatory. Style maxing. Okay, it helps, but meh. Why is this? Think about it like this. Is it the style that looks good on you? Or is it you that makes a style look good? Most of the time, it's the latter. That's why Chad can make anything look good. Maybe the gym crop top is going a little too far, but Chad still gets away with it. So rightfully so, C tier. Helps, but meh. Surgery max. Okay, you already know where this one's going. D tier. I'm well aware this can transform somebody's life, but honestly, if you're this far gone, I think it's much more fulfilling to throw in the towel and enjoy things in life rather than spending your whole life savings to break your femur bones and inserting foreign metals into your body just to get play. Maybe for minor surgeries, C tier, but for the most part, I don't find this to be a practical solution, especially since many of us wages can't even dream to afford it. Just tattoo max, bro. Well, anecdotally, it has worked for me, but it may not work for everyone, honestly. You can't just slap tattoos on yourself and automatically be hot. You gotta have a fit body, or at least a lean, shredded body, for this to look halfway decent. I will say, however, that this will help skinny guys look a little more masculine, so it keeps you from losing points, but probably in most cases it won't help much in terms of increasing your overall attraction. Imagine a less than stellar looking dude goes and gets tattoos. He's still, unfortunately, a less than stellar dude. Helps, but meh. Teeth whitening and straightening. I haven't saved up the disposable income to get my shit fixed, okay? Jeez, you don't have to call me out on it. Yeah, it's kinda mandatory though. Voice maxing. Having a pleasant voice does help quite a bit. For those of you who aren't aware, English is not my first language, and I went through quite a bit of racism growing up, so there's a reason I sound the way I sound. So definitely fix your voice as much as you can. Get rid of accent cell, voice pill, all of that to the best of your abilities. This one, I guess, is baseline necessity. Oh, here we go. Personality. This is a joke, and if anyone says otherwise, you're still, dare I say, plugged into the matrix. It's pretty much been settled by now that your looks is your personality. That's how you can have Chad that has a bag of bricks as a personality and still pool. But sure, if you want to employ some desperate measures, more power to you, Haas. D tier. Okay, we've made it to our last one, chewing gum and mewing. I'm gonna include mewing in this. Now we all know how effective this can be. It works for some, but it doesn't work for others, just makes no difference. Sort of fickle in terms of reliability. So for that reason, it helps, but meh, C tier. So there's my 2 cents into the world. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Leave a like on your way out, comment down below if there's something I missed or if you have any differing opinions. And remember, it's better to know than to not know. See you next time.